Good morning, everybody, or maybe it's good afternoon, and welcome to this Monday assembly. And what a Monday it is. It's a pretty grey, damp, dark, miserable looking Monday morning. But you know what? It's not all bad, is it? Because there's quite a few things happening this week. Most excitingly of all, I'm sure, will be that tomorrow is the 1st of December. And that means, for lots of you, Advent calendars, so that is something to be looking forward to. But there are other things happening this week, and that is going to be the focus of this assembly. Now, did you know that on Thursday it is World Disability Day? Now, you would know that if you read the article that the Roundup reporters wrote in Friday's Roundup. In case you didn't, because I know not everybody reads it cover to cover and really carefully, I'm going to read some of it to you because it's really interesting, and then we're going to think a little bit more about that. So this is what Bronwyn and Tilly wrote on Friday. So World Disability Day is on Thursday the 3rd of December. This day is about recognising those with disabilities. This year's theme is that not all disabilities are visible. During COVID-19, social distancing and self-isolation, children with disabilities' lives have been greatly impacted, and so have their mental well-being. We will be recognising those with disabilities on Thursday, for it is a beneficial lesson for everyone. The word disability means a physical or mental condition that limits a person's movements, senses or activities. These include autism and Down syndrome and other mental and physical disabilities. In school, we will be celebrating people's disabilities because our differences are our strengths. This will be a valuable lesson for all, therefore. This will be a day of celebration for those with disabilities. This is because children and adults should be recognised in a good way for their disabilities instead of being bullied for it or frowned upon just because they are different. And that last line really stuck with me. I thought it was really well written by the two girls in Year 6. And that last line of people should be recognised in a good way for their disabilities instead of being bullied for it or frowned upon just because they are different. And that reminded me of a story that I had on my bookshelf called Flight School. And I'm going to be sharing that with you now because I do know you like a story. So let's see what happens in the story Flight School. So here we go. I'm just going to try and make sure you're in a position where you can see it and I can see it. So, I was hatched to fly, said Penguin. When do classes start? But you, dear, are a penguin, teacher replied. Undeniable, said the penguin, but I have the soul of an eagle. And if you look here, there's a little sign that says Flight School. We teach birds to fly. Now, why do you think it might be a problem that Penguin is coming to flight school? What's special about penguins? Well, that's right. Normally, penguins can't fly. They use their wings for swimming. But let's see what happens. Teacher and Flamingo weren't so sure, but they let Penguin stay. Flight practice started immediately. Like this. Flip, flap, flap. And up, up, up. So there you go. There's teacher demonstrating it to the birds in flight school. Penguin and the other birds practiced for weeks because we know that we don't get better at things unless we practice. So there we go, all the birds practicing their flying. At last, all the birdies were cleared for their first flight. One by one they took to the wind, and then it was Penguin's turn. Geronimo! Look, Penguin's going down, and can you see all the other birds up there in the sky flying? Oh dear. Gablub. Where's Penguin ended up? He hasn't ended up in the sky. He's ended up underwater, and look, you can see teacher looking down from above the water down at Penguin, thinking, oh dear, that's not going to plan, is it? I'm sorry, Birdie, said teacher. Penguins just aren't built to fly. How do you think Penguin's feeling there? Disappointed, dejected, rejected maybe? How can this be true, thought Penguin. In my heart I live on the wind. But as he watched his classmates fly high above, he knew it was time to go home. Penguin was too broken-hearted to even wave goodbye. His teachers didn't know what to do. Look, he's even left his goggles there on the sign. He's that heartbroken. Then Flamingo had an idea. Wait! So what's happened? You can see here, Flamingo and the other birds have pulled feathers from some of the other birds. So look, there's Flamingo pulling one from the tail of a seagull, and they've tied them to Penguin's wings there, look. Let's try again. Flip flap, flip flap flap. There's Penguin running along the beach. And up, up, up. Suddenly, Penguin was soaring above the sea and the clouds. Look at him, he's flying. Penguin was right. He did have the soul of an eagle. He just needed a little help with the technical parts. So look, there we go. Actually, Flamingo's carrying Penguin, but Penguin doesn't care. Penguin's having a great time. But however he felt inside, he still had the body of a little round... Oh dear, what's happening? Penguin. Look, he's ended up caught in a tree. But Penguin didn't care. He had soared on the wind just as he had done in his dreams. He left flight school a happy little penguin. Look at the difference in him leaving now than when he was leaving when he thought he wouldn't be able to fly at all. It wasn't long before he came back. Now, who's Penguin brought with him this time? Do you know what type of bird that is? That's an ostrich. Now, an ostrich is another bird that can't fly, but it is a lot bigger than a penguin. So as you can see, teachers looking a little worried as to how they're going to pull that off. My friend Ostrich has the soul of a swallow. Eep, says Flamingo, and that's all he can say. So there we go. The story of how just because somebody's different doesn't mean that we can't make their dreams come true and they can't achieve everything that they want to achieve. And I think that's a really good message and ties in really well to that last line of the article from the Rickle Roundup. That people's differences are what make this an interesting place, our learning community an interesting and exciting place to be, because we are all different. Okay? And just because somebody's different in a particular way doesn't mean that they can't achieve their dreams and can't achieve everything that they set their mind to. So that's a really, really powerful message, and one that comes across really well in that story, Flight School. So I hope you enjoyed the story. Before we end this assembly, just one more thing to talk about, and that is, of course, our Times Table Rockstars final that was going on between Year 3 and Year 6. So in the first round, Year 3 had beaten Year 4, and in the second round, Year 6 had beaten Year 5. So Year 3 and Year 6 met in the final, and I have to say that it was a pretty convincing victory for the favourites, as you would expect. Yes, congratulations Year 6, you have won this Times Table battle. Congratulations to you. Year 3 had an average of 1,677 correct answers per pupil, and Year 6 ended up with an average of 4,103. So a convincing victory. So well done, Year 6. Year 3, you did a fantastic job getting through to the final. Nobody would have expected you to make that, being the youngest children in the competition, but you did a great job and a valiant effort. There are still most valuable certificates for some of our children, the top 3 performers in each class. So in year 3, the third most valuable player is Hannah. Congratulations, Hannah. The second most valuable player is Thomas. Congratulations, Thomas. And the most valuable player was Emily M. Congratulations to those 3. You will all get a certificate. From year 6, the people who really helped win it for year 6. Third most valuable player goes to Isabel C. Congratulations, Isabel. Second most valuable player goes to Izzy A. Congratulations, Izzy. And the most valuable player for year 6 was Mason. So congratulations, Mason. A huge effort there and a great effort in helping your team win. So year 6, you will get a prize for that. I will get that to you by the end of the day. And we will be having another Times Table Rockstar battle next term. So don't forget that tomorrow your Christmas cards can be delivered into our Christmas postbox, which will be in the entrance just outside Mrs. Duffy's office. What's really important to remember is that you can bring your Christmas cards in, and when your teachers tell you you can put them in the postbox. This year, it's really important that you don't give out the Christmas cards yourself. They must go in the postbox, because we're going to keep them safe for 2 days before they get given out. And then, I know normally it's really exciting to open the Christmas cards in school, but instead we will be opening them at home. So you will take them home to open. So you must make sure that if you bring Christmas cards into school for your friends across school, they must go in the postbox. So please make sure you write the name and the class on the envelope. And in some classes we have more than one person in each class with the same name, so make sure you put the initial of their last name as well. Okay, lots of exciting things happening this week. Don't forget your money for the Kids Only gift shop when it is your day, and don't forget to come into school on Wednesday looking rather smart, because we have our individual photos. It is a busy week this week, which means there's lots of fun, excitement and learning going on as well. So have a great week, and I will see you on Friday for Friday's assembly, if not before. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.